Bonjour, hola, konnichiwa, annyeonghaseyo, ni hao. My name is Cynthia Chandra, and I am an internationally trained artist. I have shown my art in Japan, UK, France, and USA. My passion is to encourage artists to grow and thrive in their creative soul. This world needs to see your unique perspective. I want to give you the skills and techniques to connect you with your own creativity and the tools you need to express your beautiful soul. I donate 10% back to animal rescues to protect our beautiful world that has inspired my art.
Hi everyone, it's me Cynthia from Cynthia Chandra Nature Art for Animal Rescues. I'm coming to you live here in my studio. I'm getting ready to show you one of the drawings for my 14 days of art. So I'm going to be doing live tutorials for 14 days for you guys, absolutely free. And if you would like to sign up for some of my classes, I'm going to be having a drawing course coming up that has 12 projects to learn how to draw, and that'll be starting on February 1st. So the sign up is in the link in the description for you to sign up for email alerts for that. And I'm really excited because this is going to be a downloadable course, so you can go at your own pace. You can go slowly if you want to, or if you want to pause me while I'm jibber jabbering, you can pause me and learn a little bit more. You can rewind it. That song just got in my head. Reverse, rewind, and flip. Okay. So tonight, since it's Friday night, I have some black cherry rum, which is delicious. So I hope that you grabbed your drink and you're joining me tonight. I was working on taxes today, so I need some rum. Let's just be real. So I am going to start drawing this piece for you, and I hope you can follow along. So if you want to follow along at home, all you're going to need is a pencil, some paper, an eraser, and something red. So like I have a red pencil. You can grab a red crayon or a red marker, you know, whatever you have lying around, just something red. And I'm going to give you a couple seconds to grab those so you can join with me, and then we'll go ahead and get started together. It doesn't matter what kind of paper you have. This is just white computer paper. I have special archival paper at my house, but this is just for fun, and this is just a drawing, so don't be too hard on yourself. Grab a drink, grab a pencil, grab some paper, come hang out with me as we draw this. So I'm going to pull up my picture so I can look at it at the same time. So today we're going to be drawing this little tree, and before, when I drew this for a class, I drew a little apple, like one little apple in the tree, but since it's almost Valentine's Day, I thought it'd be fun to make that little apple into a heart. So I hope you grabbed your pencil and you're ready to join me. Frankie, hey Frankie, how are you today? Frankie says that taxes are her weekend plans. Yeah. Oh girl, we got this. Small business owners, we got this. We got this. You have so many, you have dependents and you have college. I can't even. That's what I say to that. Hopefully by the end of this, my drawing won't be too bad. Okay, so let's grab our pencil, and we are going to start. You might want to start at the bottom, just like at the line at the bottom of your paper. It's totally fine if you don't. Most artists actually will leave like 1/8 of an inch, because if you plan on framing it, the frame usually covers up like that much of your paper. I'm just going to do this in the middle of the piece because I think you'll be able to see it better if I draw in the middle, but you can draw it at the bottom if that's what you'd rather do. I'm going to start. Too much rum. So this is your pretend bottom of the page here. So let's start with the base of our tree. Now the base of our tree is going to be a hill. So you can make your hill sort of a triangular shape. You can make it like sideways, coming up like this. You can make it straight up and down. So just kind of play with it. Remember, nature is amazing to draw and make art with because there are no straight lines in nature. There's nothing perfect in nature. So do not try to perfect anything, even if that is your nature. Sorry, pun. I've been drinking rum. So, oh my goodness. Frankie says she has 3 different returns with the Girl Scholarships. Dear Lord Almighty, God bless you, Frankie. Oh, girl. Oh my. Here, everybody take another sip. Cheers to Frankie. Good luck this weekend, my friend. May the odds be ever in your favor. Dear God. Okay, so we made our little rounded triangle. Hopefully you grabbed your paper and pencil by now. And the next part that we're going to draw is our base of the tree. Now, the bottom of a tree is thicker and heavier, and then it thins up towards the top. So we're going to draw our line kind of tapered up. Don't freak out. It's one curved line. You can do this, guys. One curved line. Then you're going to draw the other side of the tree. Now think of how a root structure is. Usually the roots are kind of hanging over on the side, right? So your curvy line right now is going to be a little bit crooked because you're thinking about that little root that's hanging down. It's totally fine. And then you're going to go up again. So they kind of look like a vase. Think about how a tree grows. It goes upwards towards the light, right? So we have our one side and our other side. Please don't be harsh on yourself. This is just for fun, guys. So the next thing that we're going to draw is this fun little rounded shape. Now I'm going to draw my rounded shape on this side because I look at my piece of paper right now. I have a lot of space over here. If I was to draw it over here, it would look very heavy on this side. So kind of look at your paper. Maybe you want it to be on this side. Maybe your triangle's over here and you want to make it over here. Or maybe since your weight's over here, you want to make it on this side. Wherever you want it to be, perfectly fine. So we're going to make a swirl. You guys all drew swirls whenever you were doodling on your notebooks. I know. I was a doodler too. So we're going to just make a little swirl. Doesn't have to be fancy. You got this, guys. So we made our little swirl. And remember, branches and trees are thicker and they grow thinner. Sorry, you just heard my son growling like a dinosaur in the background. So we're going to make it thicker into thinner. So we're going to draw a thick line into a thinner line. So if you notice, I followed the same curve, but as I got closer to my point, I got closer to my other line. So it's thicker into thinner. You got this, guys. I know you got this. You can do it. So if you want to, you can add a little bit more of a curve to your line. That's totally up to you. Totally up to you. My cat is trying to come up here. We have a kitten and she is crazy and she doesn't know boundaries at all, at all. So she is trying to always get on my paints. One time, so I have to cover up my paints every time I leave the desk now because one time she walked through them all, and because everything I offer is archival, they can't have oil or dirt in the paints. So I had to rinse out everything on my paint tray and start over again. And I was like, cat. Okay, so now that we have our curl, we can have a little bit of fun with the rest of the branches. So you can have some branches going up, over. Think about how trees grow. They just grow wherever they want to, right? But in general, your lines are going to go up and out because trees grow up and branch out, right? So the next branch I'm going to draw, you can draw your branch wherever you'd like, but the next branch I'm going to draw is going to be kind of up and out like that. Pretty fun. And then I think I'm going to draw another branch up and out like that. Now, these branches only have one side, and if I leave it like this, it looks like it exploded. I don't know. So remember, you're going to draw thicker into thinner. So my thick branch is going to slowly get closer to my other line and get thinner. Now, I might want to draw a little branch coming off of this. Zoop. So then I draw thicker into thinner. See? Got one branch, a little branch hanging off of it. You can draw your branches however you want. Another way you can do it is you're a little intimidated by just drawing branches off of it. So let's pretend that you want a branch up this way. So you make thicker into thinner, zoop, and then you come up here and you make a branch coming off of it. Remember, thicker into thinner, ta-da. And then you can just erase that little line. Totally fine. So we're going to keep making lots and lots of branches. And remember, for each branch, we go thicker into thinner. Thicker into thinner. Right? Now, branches keep growing, right? They keep getting smaller and smaller. So we're just going to keep adding as many branches as we want until we feel like our tree looks amazing. So keep adding some branches. Remember, thicker into thinner. So slowly get closer and closer. Have a good night, Frankie. Good luck with your taxes this weekend. So thicker into thinner. Keep on moving. So I'm going to draw maybe a branch over here, thicker into thinner, over here, thicker into thinner, thicker into thinner. I'm going to give you a little secret, guys. The more little tiny branches you have coming up here and coming off, you're going to keep remembering that they grow up and out and up and out. So they're a little bit curved and always reaching towards the light. These trees always reach towards the heavens, right? So thicker and thinner, thicker and thinner. I know it looks like I'm going very fast right now, but if you're watching the replay, you're not going to sit here and watch me draw 50,000 branches really slow. So you take your time and you come back into this if you need to later to add more branches. That's totally fine. So we're just going to keep on adding all these little branches. Maybe I want to have like a little nub coming off the side of here. So I did a little bump and erase it. There we go. If you are watching live, you're welcome to pause me and then push play again. Okay, so I'm going to keep adding all these little branches coming off. Remember, thicker into thinner, thicker into thinner. All sorts of crazy curves. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I'm not even really looking at them right now. I'm just drawing crazy curvy lines, thinking about reaching up a little bit curved towards the sky, smaller as they get further away from the branch, thicker into thinner. So you can see it's starting to really look like a tree over here, guys, right? Super cool. Aww. Tanisha says she dropped in to say hi while Remy is sleeping. Oh, sweet Remy. I'm so excited for you. She just adopted a really cute little beagle. So cute. So keep going, thicker into thinner. You might want to curve some out. Do some crazy curves over here. So Tanisha, I am launching my first ever downloadable drawing course. So you guys will be able to learn how to draw in 12 courses. Super simple. You come out with 12 really fun drawings at the end of it that you can show off, frame, and then you'll have skills to draw, which is awesome. Okay guys, so I'm starting to draw these little branches here. And they're coming around my curve. So I'm just drawing them thicker and thinner. Keep going. Now I do want everybody, when they're looking at my tree, I want them to focus on this little curve here. So you know what trick I'm going to do? I'm going to make it a little darker. So make this a little darker, because remember, when you have something really dark next to something very white, your eyes will focus on it. See that? So if you're looking at my piece, you're going to see that dark circle and you're going to really focus in on it. So let's keep going with these branches. Thicker and thinner, remember? Lots of little teeny tiny branches. You can always come back later to these and keep adding. The more you add, the more natural it will look, the prettier it will look. If you want to, you can make it look like little buds are growing and do little tiny circles at the ends of them. You don't have to do this, but you can. At the ends of each of the little branches, you can do little tiny circles, and that'll look like it's springtime. There's little buds growing out. Really cute, right? Okay, so we have our tree, we have our hill, we have our curve. So now we're going to do our little heart. But first, let me say hi to Tanisha because she has this cute little Remy snoring. Oh my goodness. You have to take a video of that because I want to hear her snoring. Puppy snores. Okay, so now we are going to draw our heart. I'm going to turn to this page to show you how to do a heart. I know some of you already know this, but some people don't, and that's totally fine. So think about making an M, right? 2 circles, right? And think about making a V. See, it's a heart. So you're going to start in the middle, go up like an M, and down like a V. Up like an M, down like a V. If you want to practice this on a different piece of paper before you draw it on this one, that's fine. Or if you just want to do it and erase it if you mess up, totally cool too. So we're going to draw our little apple, which is a little heart, and we're going to go up like an M, down like a V. Up like an M, down like a V. Ta-da! There's our little heart. So take your pencil, your red crayon or pencil or red wine, something red, and just fill in your little heart. Really cute. Now, if you want to make this look more intense, you can color it in to look like a silhouette. So darkened hillside. If you don't want to do this and you like it just as the drawing, totally fine too. So we got our hillside here. Sorry. I was getting thirsty. I wasn't thinking about taxes at all as I'm scrolling out the black. Sorry. So art is a great therapy tool for getting out anger, for getting out frustration. Think about just crossing out all those tax documents and making them black as black as black as. Look how nice and dark it looks, right, guys? So you can, if you want to, make a bark texture. You don't have to. You also don't have to even color this in if you don't want to. But what I do like to do while I'm coloring in, especially with pencils, is I like to try and go with the flow. So this is an arc shape. I'm going to try and keep my lines going with the arc shape. And I'll show you why. Because when it gets darker and darker, you're going to see this like weird abrupt lines in here. So you want to try and keep going with the shape of it so you don't have strange endings. Here we go. Just keep on going, filling this in dark, dark, dark. I'm going to go with the straight line down here at my base to get darker and darker. Now, if you want to think about the root systems, you can. You can make it really dark where the root would be by pushing very hard, or using a black colored pencil to really make that root system dark. You don't have to do this though. Let me show you up close. You can see what I'm doing. You can't really see on this camera. So I'm taking and I'm making it really dark. Remember how we had that one root hanging down and the one root hanging down this way? So I'm just making it a little darker. It's kind of like the creases and our wrinkles. Like it's really dark in the center. So think of the tree as having those deep dark creases. We always want to make them super dark, almost black if we can. Okay, so now we're going to go into our branches, and remember we want the focus to be on this line. Remember we made this line super dark, so everything else is going to be slightly lighter, so don't press quite as hard as you're coloring these in. Remember, go with the flow of the branches. If you want to go over this with a pen, you can, if you like to have darker lines. Remember, if you're doing it with a pen, you won't be able to erase, so take your time if you're doing it with a pen. There we go. So remember, if you like these little drawings, I'll teach you how to draw and how to see what you're looking at and draw on the spot drawings. So like if you were outside, you could look at a tree and draw it, or a building, or a person. Not quite a person, but some more simple drawings. So if you're interested in more classes, you can click on that link and sign up for the emails. And then these are all downloadable, so you can watch them as you want. Save them on your computer, access them anytime. All right, so these are lighter over here. We want to make this branch really dark. Remember, we want to bring the focus in. So I'm going to kind of do some really dark lines, and I'm going to go with the flow of the branch, and that's going to give me some cool bark texture because I am doing darker lines here. See how I have like really dark lines and a little bit lighter and really dark and a little bit lighter? That kind of gives it a really cool bark texture. We want our focal point to be on this heart. There we go. So I want it to be super dark. Okay. Kind of filling out some more of these little branches. I don't like using this pencil for that. It's too thick. So I was using a Pro Art pencil, and this is all lead. These are usually like $3 at Michael's or Amazon. These are great for shading. You don't have to get these though. These pencils work just as fine for shading. This is like Ticonderoga school pencil, number 2. Actually, I think this is an HB. But anyways, I think HB is actually number 2. I've been drinking a lot of rum tonight. So if you have been following along with me and you feel bold enough, I would love for you to share it with me. You can message me your finished piece at the end of this. If you don't want me to share it with everybody else, I won't. But if you do, I'll tag you on the post, and you everybody can see how awesome your piece was. That'd be really great. So here we go. And I'm just coming back in and I'm filling in those little thicker branches and adding a couple more strokes. And I'm looking at my piece as I'm doing this. You'll notice that it looks really heavy right here. And this side of my paper is kind of lighter because there's not as much stuff over here. So I am going to start bringing some of my branches out just a little bit more, and that'll help balance it. If you think of a scale, you want not to have it too heavy on one side. So I'm going to kind of balance it out a little bit with some smaller branches. And then maybe later you'll come back in and add your little buds to it. Now I'll give it just like a little emphasis to all these little teeny tiny branches. Kind of bring some hope into the picture, because we've all been through this hard year and this hard winter. It's been freezing here. Alex is my son, he's 4. Alex and I have been going out on walks every day unless it's raining. And today it was 21 degrees on our walk. Woo-wee. He wants to play. Even when it's that cold out, he wants to play. So I'm always like, buddy, it is too cold for us to play. And today was one of those days where he just wanted to play with everything. Like, he wanted to play with the rocks. He wanted to pick up sticks. He wanted to do this. He wanted to throw the sticks in the river. I was like, buddy, we're not going anywhere near the river. It is too cold even to like have the water touch us. Like, so some little buds of hope for spring. If you wanted to, you could even come back in, and this would be super cute, I think, and do little reds in your buds. Let me do a couple here and you can see the difference. I'll bring it closer so you can see. I'm just adding it to the end of each of these little buds. Oh my gosh, I love it. I kind of want to do the whole paper like this. So with those little red buds, doesn't that look so cute? And that's with just no red, but like with the red, I think it adds like a little pop of color. So fun. So this is your piece, and you guys can pause and replay. This will be up on my page so you can watch it later. At the end, when you're all finished drawing, you should be proud of what you made. So you should sign it. So I'm going to sign mine down here. Some people like to sign it on the front. Some like to sign it on the back. Some like to write initials. Some like to write a little picture on each of them. I knew an artist once that did butterflies on each one. Super cute. So I'm going to keep adding more detail to this, but this is what I have for now. And you guys can add more detail later with yours too. So I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I will see you tomorrow night at 10. I'm going to go live for 14 days at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, 7 Pacific. Sorry, I was doing math. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow night, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Continue to be kind to each other and your wonderful artistic selves. Feel free to message me if you have any questions, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.